I stumbled upon TruTV's Impractical Jokers during the early summer of 2021. The show was completely unknown to me, and reruns were on at the wee hours of the morning during the time I usually cannot sleep. My wife and I were attending a funeral of a close family member, and devastated with my usual fear of sleep, I needed something to watch. One episode of Impractical Jokers became several, and before I knew it, I was up at 6 a.m. still watching. Today's Lost and Found will cover Impractical Jokers, and why if you're desperate for a good time and positive release, you can't go wrong with hanging with the Jokers. Impractical Jokers is an American hidden camera reality show that's on its 9th season, renewed earlier in the year of 2021 for its 10th season. The show features 4 best friends, former high school classmates from Staten Island, who form the sketch comedy troupe known as the Tenderloins. The 4 guys, Sal Vulcano, Joe Gatto, Brian Q. Quinn, and James Murr Murray, are all comedians and are each hilarious in their own way. The basis for each half-hour episode is a guy, known on the show as a joker, is put through an embarrassing test, usually in the general public.
All right. Before making a sale, ask yourself, is it worth it? Am I worth it? I put my thing down, flip it up, and reverse it. Missy Elliott said it best.
If they can complete the task, they win the challenge, and if they fail, they lose. Losing multiple challenges in an episode usually leads you to a punishment where each episode ends in an epic finale of the Joker doing something dangerous, awkward, or just plain dumb.
Finish that speech, buddy.
You're beautiful inside and out. I should know.
If the punishment is refused by the Joker's own rules, they are kicked off the show for good. Recommending Impractical Jokers up to this point probably has induced quite a few eye rolls. Hidden camera? Reality? TruTV? While the first episode I watched of Impractical Jokers made me laugh pretty consistently, something made this show much different than the narcissistic jerks we have seen on YouTube pulling pranks. Murray, who pitched the series years ago, stated, "This is an upside-down hidden camera show where the joke is on us instead of the public." So it takes away the thing people hate about hidden camera shows, which is, oh, I feel bad for the people getting pranked. We're messing with each other. The public is just there to witness our embarrassment.
Stop doing the war cry.
The immediate appeal for me was watching friends, clearly best friends, put each other through some childish and goofy challenges for a laugh. The troupe, known for improvisation, always manages to find some way to make you laugh.
So you like your coffee light, but you like your men black?
So you like, it's funny, you like your coffee light and your men dark?
Yes.
Yes.
She said yes!
You lucky I'm a good New Yorker, bro. There's someone else who said.
In this regard, the show reminds me a lot of my child favorite, Whose Line Is It Anyway? The chemistry between casts is similar and undeniable.
How much would you pay for an album like this? Why, I'd pay over $100. Where'd you get that kind of money?
If you're a fan of Whose Line, you will be a fan of Impractical Jokers.
But I sense that there may be some people around your life disguising themselves as friends, but they're really probably your enemies.
That's dead on accurate.
Well, it's okay. I feel like it's going to resolve itself.
Games or challenges are usually pretty simple. Prior to each challenge, the guys explain to the audience what the challenge is. Most of the time, 1 or sometimes 2 jokers will be out in the play area, which is being recorded by hidden cameras while the other guys pitch ideas on the fly through hidden earpieces. One of my favorites, Crangus McBasketball, involves one of the guys sitting as a receptionist calling names for a focus group, but the names are made up and absolutely ridiculous. Each time the guy laughs, a point is called against them.
Darcy O'Queef.
Jabreakage, you bought it? Is there a Jabreakage?
Minty Cherubin Tug.
Other games include tossing rolls of toilet paper into other people's carts, focus groups where the guys pitched completely useless items to a set of people, or even giving inappropriate meetings to company workforces. Punishments, which a lot of Joker fans usually criticize as the worst part of the episode, puts one and sometimes more Jokers into horribly embarrassing, terrifying, or socially awkward positions. Some examples include when Sal had to keep calling bingo at a legit casino bingo game, Murr had to skydive off a plane despite immense fear of heights, Q had to give a pregnancy class but then was given a simulated pain experience of that to a pregnancy, the list goes on. Usually each punishment is based around a weakness of the guy, something that makes each entirely relatable. Murr is the higher class of the guys and usually likes to be displayed with a better image, so anything that makes him look dumb he isn't a fan of. Sal has a ton of phobias, in particular to germs, with anything involving germs freaking him out. Q is generally a good guy overall, and situations where he has to be rude or look self-conceited he struggles with. Joe is the Joker's guy without shame, and truly he doesn't have anything he is afraid of. That being said, some of his punishments are quite amusing. Impractical Jokers became part of my nightly routine. For those that do not know my health history, part of it is immense fear of sleeping. Usually every night I have quite a few night terrors and generally fear the thought of sleeping. This, tacked on with my Parkinson's and PTSD, makes the thought of sleeping pretty gross, though I do enjoy a nap or two. Every night I'd put an episode or two of Impractical Jokers on and would feel almost like a high school kid again. Each episode would have a layered joke from a past episode, an inside joke, or whatever it may be. Eventually, watching so many episodes, each joke becomes a bit more funny as you understand the nuances of each guy. The other selling point is each guy feels down to earth, and despite the popularity of Impractical Jokers, the guys still live in their same hometowns, and react beyond grateful to each fan.
Ben, it's Murr from Impractical Jokers. I got your note. It's awesome, buddy. I just wanted you to know you're my favorite. I'm gonna brag about it to all the guys.
Think I know you from?
Yes, but not right now. Because where you think you know me from is happening.
Oh.
Dude, get off my blanket, man.
Oh, man, I love you.
What the hell? How cool is this guy? He turns around to Murray, he's like, I love you guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being a fan.
You won't ever see a negative thing about any guy on the internet, so that vision of what you see on TV is actually them. Unfortunately, to end 2021, Joe Gatto announced via Instagram that he would be leaving Impractical Jokers due to his divorce. The remaining trio of Quinn, Murray, and Volcano sent well wishes to Gatto, but would announce that the show would carry on without him. At this point, we don't know if it will just be the 3 remaining guys, or they will add another person to the cast. A lot of speculation has happened in regards to Gatto's leaving, with some episodes being removed from HBO Max, home of the show and its multiple incarnations. I'm not going to get into this, as I am not here to speculate on anything, and drama isn't what my channel is for. I will say, as a separate negative or potential con of the show, as a new viewer, I'd avoid the first season. The first season has dated jokes, and the technology used is quite behind the times. Season 2 going forward is the best starting point for a new Joker fan. Impractical Jokers has actually received wide acclaim over the years, with the New York Post calling it possibly the funniest, most ridiculous show I've seen in years. The show's success continued even with a movie released in February of 2020. The show has built a following among the Hollywood community, including Jeff Daniels, Gary Busey, Joey Fatone, Harry Connick Jr., Paula Abdul, and more, with the previous listed names actually coming on the show to help in the acts.
We're just assembling these couple chairs.
What?
We're just gonna
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me! He said, don't talk to me! Look at him!
At worst, Variety said, nobody will ever confuse Impractical Jokers with high art, certainly, but as lowbrow, microcost comedy in the context of TruTV's programming resources, it's actually quite practical and occasionally funny. I think at last glance, Variety's review isn't negative, but generally how some will see the show that cannot get into it.
He's gone rogue! Get out of there! He's gone rogue!
We're even. It's not Nolte, it's Busey, you idiot.
I'm so sorry!
Prior to the events of last year, I heard about the show in passing, but never gave it a try. I always associated the show to content creators on YouTube who usually were looking for a fight or a way to make others look bad. Impractical Jokers never took that bait, and instead usually found a way to build up others.
I cannot believe.
There we go.
Well, what's the same birthday as
I
yours?
guess
March
so.
3rd.
All right, say Dave Jacobs. 2, 3. Dave Jacobs.
Did I maybe find Impractical Jokers at the right time and develop an emotional connection to the show that might make it a much more different experience for me? Sure, but I still think if you're looking for a hearty belly laugh and a good time, you can't go wrong hanging out with the guys.